Ever wondered why farmers are always talking about the weather? It's not just small talk. The weather, and by extension climate change, has a big impact on agriculture, particularly in Ghana, where a shift in the climate can quite literally mean a difference between feast and famine. In Ghana, agriculture is not simply a sector, it's a lifeline. It's an industry that puts food on the table of millions of people and contributes significantly to the country's GDP. Yet, it's also a sector that is at the mercy of Mother Nature. Picture this. Average temperatures in Ghana are predicted to rise from 1.5 degrees Celsius to 5.2 degrees Celsius by 2090. That might not sound like much, but for crops like maize and roots, it's a real scorcher. In fact, a mere 1 degree rise in temperature can see production tumble by around 3.2%. Imagine then the effects of a 5.2 degrees rise. Now consider this. Most of Ghana's agricultural sector, which employs nearly half the labor force and contributes about a fifth of the country's GDP, is made up of smallholder farmers who rely on rain-fed farming. And it's not just food crops that are at risk. Key cash crops like cocoa, which are a lifeline for around 800,000 farming families, are also under threat. But the impacts of climate change on agriculture don't stop at the farm gate. They ripple out into the wider community, threatening food security, exacerbating rural unemployment, and even stoking social tensions as farmers and herders compete for dwindling resources. Drought is no stranger to Ghana, particularly in the north, and with rainfall predicted to decrease by 2.9% in the near future, it's a challenge that's not going away anytime soon. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to like it and also subscribe to continue seeing more informative content. Remember the drought of 1983 in Ghana? It was a year that would go down in history as one of the most devastating for the country's agriculture and food security. But what caused it and how bad was it really? The drought was a perfect storm of late and erratic rainfall, widespread crop failures, and bushfires that laid waste to standing crops and stored food. The impact was felt across the country. Despite the adversity, Ghana showed resilience. The country took proactive steps to combat the effects of drought and desertification, establishing a national drought plan and a national action plan to combat drought and desertification. Farmers have their own toolbox of drought adaptation measures, from changing planting dates to diversifying their income sources. But they need more support to build resilience and promote sustainable agriculture in these drought-prone areas. On the flip side, when the rains do come, they often come with a vengeance. Floods can be devastating, particularly in northern Ghana where farming is predominantly rain-fed. They destroy crops, damage infrastructure, erode topsoil, and displace farmers. The good news: the government of Ghana has initiated projects like the Polygo Multi-Purpose Dam and the One Village, One Dam policy to reduce reliance on rainfall. But there's still more work to be done. In a nutshell, climate change is not just theory or a distant threat. It's a harsh reality for Ghana's agricultural sector, threatening not just crop production and food security, but the very fabric of rural livelihoods. But with the right strategies and collective effort, it's a challenge that can be met head on. So the next time you are at the market, spare a thought for the farmer who is at the other end of the supply chain. And remember, every small action we take to combat climate change makes a big difference, not only to the farmers, but to all of us. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.